You know what I reckon? We have lost leave of our senses over COVID-19. People are so frightened of catching this thing that they have completely abandoned all reason. We have 3 new cases of COVID-19 in all of New Zealand today. We only have 386 people still infected. This should have been our first day of level 3, but here we are, still in lockdown level 4, and apparently plenty of us are happy to be locked down. Over 3 new cases. How crazy is that? What are we scared of? Becoming the next New York? Is that going to happen if we open our economy just a wee bit? We don't even live as densely as New Yorkers do. We could be doing what the Australians are doing right now. We could be letting manufacturing, construction, retail and takeaway start today, just like they should have been able to. Australia hasn't sacrificed health for money. They only had 4 new cases yesterday. They now have fewer deaths and fewer cases per capita. They are doing better than we are, but their economy is more open. And then we have this absolute anxiety over reopening schools, which is so out of hand that it's prompted the principal of Morrinsville College to send a newsletter out warning parents that sending kids to school is a potential disaster and kids can die. Well, statement of fact, obviously, but kids could also die on a trip to the batch in the car, and we don't stop doing that. This is despite all of the advice from Ashley Bloomfield, from the Health Minister, from the Chief Medical Officer in Australia, that kids can and should go to school. They are arguably the least at risk from catching COVID-19. In Sweden, where they're letting the virus pretty much run free through the country, no one under 20 has died. And the evidence is that kids aren't really big spreaders of this disease at all. I mean, I'll point you to the case of the 9-year-old boy in France who caught COVID-19, the cold and the flu all at the same time, poor little guy, and then interacted with 170 people. He passed on the cold and the flu, didn't pass on COVID-19 to a single person. Too scared we are to go back to school or back to business. We should be making decisions right now based on science, evidence and rational thinking, not fear.